Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing okay and welcome back to our 100% Let's Play here in Might and Magic 8. Now this episode... yes, these dragon corpses with their... with whatever the hell they're doing, I have no idea. Anyway, we're not gonna let that distract us. This episode's gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be different in that, okay, so usually I come into episodes, I have something planned, and it gets done in, the first couple episodes were short, but after that it was usually between 40 minutes to 1 hour, with a couple episodes going above an hour. So I usually know how long it's gonna last. This episode is special in that I have no idea how long it's gonna last. It could be over within 5-6 minutes. It could last for multiple hours. I have no idea how it's gonna go. And the reason is because in this episode, we have one goal only. That goal is we need to find either a ring of light magic or an amulet of light magic. I would prefer a ring, if I had the choice, I would prefer a ring, but I would take an amulet as well. And why, you might ask, do I need that? Well, the main reason is because of the stat boosting effects of the Day of the God spell, and the fact that we have a number of stat-based challenges yet to beat, for which we'll need 200 in particular stats. And our Day of the Gods, our light magic is pretty strong, getting stronger all the time, got another few levels to gain, but it's not quite enough to boost us all the way to 200, not even close. So if I find a ring of light magic or an amulet of light magic, then what will happen is that the stat boost that it'll give us will take us very close to 200, and then we'll be able to make up the difference pretty easily based on, random stuff we found, or maybe we can save scum for a potion and we won't need to, wait for a power 32 potion, a power 8, power 12 potion would work as well. So that's the plan. We're gonna be looting dragon corpses until we get either a ring of light magic or an amulet of light magic. Now the first thing I'm gonna do is, because they are making me nervous, I am just going to loot these wandering bodies.
Leave it.
I mean, how amazing would it have been if we'd gotten if we had gotten it first up. But of course, it's never gonna work out. We got garbage items. That's okay. I don't care that much. My main worry is, these bodies are moving when they shouldn't be. My main worry was that they'll cause the game to crash or something other strange, some other strange thing to happen. So now that they're gone, our next plan of action is to find dragon. I think a young dragon. Let's get rid of the riffraff. Let's get rid of the and that's Yardrake himself. Okay. Flight leader, hatchling. Let's get rid of all the dragons, all the corpses that aren't, these big ticket corpses. I think all the remaining ones are fine. So I think the way we're gonna do it is we're gonna use these three. And the third one is a bit far off, but it's close enough that we can get to them pretty quickly. And my plan is gonna be... well, I'll just show it to you. Loot you, loot you, loot you. We'll loot 3 items.
This is useful. Leave it.
And then we see what we've got. We don't have a thing of light magic. We just load our game, we try again. And you might be wondering, why not loot the rest of the bodies as well? It's because they're far away and I want to be as efficient as possible in terms of clicks per second. And this is the biggest compromise, like the best compromise that I found in terms of a good number of bodies that are close by, not a lot of time spent walking. Ring?
I like this bauble.
Yeah, so I think this is gonna be the way to do it. Would have been nice to have like one more body there,
Leave it.
but I guess we'll just have to make do. And we're just gonna keep doing this. And this is all that I'm going to be doing
Leave it.
in this episode. So if you don't like save scumming, then
like
you know, feel free to skip the episode. I will not mind at all. But I'm recording the entire thing just for the sake of documenting it. I mean, I'm not editing anything. I don't even have a save game editor for Might and Magic 8. So nothing fishy is going on at my end. But just in case, you know, it's nice to have all the footage there in case people want to see. And
I like
I'll
this bauble.
try my best to commentate as I'm going, but as you can well imagine, when you're commentating over something so
Worthless.
repetitive, it's a bit of a challenge, and eventually we are probably going to get to the point where I've got very little left to say. And you're probably noticing right now that there are times such as this one where I'm not even bothering to look at the items we got. It's because I will only check if we get a ring or an amulet.
This is useful.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, you know what? Let's not look at it in a negative way. Let's look at it in a positive way. This is one instance of a magic boosting item. And we found it, and it hasn't even been that long. And so, if we look at it that way, then maybe it wouldn't be so bad across our session if we keep getting a lot of them. And we multi-looted that dragon a couple of times,
Worthless.
but as Ithilgor said, the items he gave us were indeed worthless, at least based on the specific thing that I'm looking for. I'm sure other things, like this black potion, pure might, yeah, you know, it's useful in other contexts, but as far as we're concerned, one thing only. Well, I mean, one of two things. Ring of light magic or an amulet of light magic. Those are the only
Worthless.
two acceptable things that I will consider. The spirit one wasn't bad either. I mean, eventually we will need spirit magic for a few
I like this bauble.
niche things, but not anywhere near as much as we need light magic. So just strap in. This episode is just gonna be a whole lot of this. This actually reminds me of when I was
This is
save scumming in Might and Magic 7 for artifacts from
Leave
the
it.
dragon in the couple amulets.
This is useful.
The dragon in the cave on Emerald Isle, and I spent quite a few hours. And in that case, I didn't upload all the footage because it would have literally been like 7, 8 hours of footage. I drew the line there. The other reason I drew the line there was because that's a pretty well-known thing in the Might and Magic 7 community. The concept of multi-looting for artifacts, whereas the concept of looting for a specific kind of enchantment is something
I like
that
this bauble.
is it's not as like it's a more niche tactic,
Leave it.
and for that reason, and
Worthless.
for the reason of, like, I don't think it should take that long. Theoretically, it could end with a single click. Theoretically, any one of these rings could end up being the ring that we want. So it
I like
shouldn't take anywhere near as long as it took me when I was save scumming in Might and Magic 7. It doesn't even require that we multi-loot, right? That's one thing that should theoretically make it easier. But we are also looking for a
this. Is
very
useful.
specific enchantment. And, yeah. It's all about getting the dice
Leave it.
roll that you need. But you know what? As I mentioned when I was
I like this bauble.
multi-looting in Might and Magic 7, or when I was talking about my experience of multi-looting, and after I was done with it in Might and Magic 7, is that I am actually a Diablo 2 veteran. Now, I haven't played D2R that much.
I like
I
this.
played a bit of it, but then I kind of stopped playing it, and then they brought out some really major updates, like new rune words, new types of items. So I've got to go back to the game at some point, just to see the new stuff that they brought in. Anyway, my point in mentioning Diablo 2 is that one of the things that Diablo 2, and I guess games of that type are famous for, is that
Worthless.
RNG, random chance, or pseudo-random chance, plays a big part in what you find, and
Worthless.
some things are relatively easy to find,
Leave it.
but some things are very, very rare.
I like
On the,
this bauble. Worthless.
on,
Leave it.
you know, the, like in the range of a 1 in several 100,000% chance of, not percent, like 1 in several 100,000 chance of something happening. For example, of trying to farm for Tyrael's Might.
This is useful.
So I never farmed for Tyrael's Might, but I have tried to farm for other items.
I like
For example, the armor from the Tal Rasha's set, some of the class items like Herald of Zakarum,
Leave it.
and a few other things. I actually, while I was playing D2R, I found a Herald of Zakarum with a perfect roll on its stats, and that's actually one of my fondest memories of playing D2R. But anyway, the point that I was building towards is that my experience playing Diablo 2 and games like it as a child have left me
Leave it.
well prepared for repetitive farming tasks like this. And this is actually
This
a
is
lot more gentle than what farming in Diablo 2 would be, because every time...
Worthless.
Oh my god. Well, you know, found a second one. How many different magic schools are there? There are 3 in, you know, Body Magic Spirit, then there are 4 elemental ones. Then there are the 2 Light and Dark, so 1 in 9 is our chance. 1 in 9 is our chance. But yes, this is a lot gentler than grinding for items in a game like Diablo 2, because in Diablo 2,
Worthless.
when you killed Baal and you were ready to do it again, you had to go all the way through at least, I think, 1.5
I like this. Leave
levels of the World Stone Keep. If you wanted to kill Diablo, you had to go through the Chaos Sanctuary. If you wanted to kill Mephisto, you had to
it. This is
like the durance of hate was its own separate kind of nightmare. So this is a lot,
This is useful.
a lot less of an arduous task. Having said that, because in Diablo 2 you had to
This is
kind of fight your way through the areas, and on hell difficulty it could always get dangerous, like no matter how strong you were. It kept your mind engaged, whereas this is a lot more mindless. So I guess you could argue that this will get boring quicker, but on balance, on this day in particular, I think I'd rather have a boring but easy thing as opposed to, you know, excuse me, as opposed to like a very stimulating but, you know, annoyingly frustrating, like potentially frustrating, depending on what kinds of awful enemies spawn. Like the worlds don't keep. Sometimes you can just get some really, really garbage enemies
worthless.
that you just wouldn't have any way to deal with. Alright, let's keep going. Let's just keep going.
Worthless.
Okay, that's our third one. We found 3 so far. 2 of them were spirit magic.
Leave it.
1 was air magic. And we've calculated that when we get that roll, assuming that when we get a ring to roll with some kind of magic boost, assuming the weights are equal for all of them, for all of the different magic schools, then we have a 1 in 9 chance of it being light magic.
Leave it.
And so far, we've had 3 attempts and 3 swings and 3 misses. 3 failed attempts. Getting a bit quiet now because, as I warned you, eventually I was going to run out of things to talk about, and
Leave it.
oh my god, another. So this is our 3rd spirit magic ring, or like 3rd spirit magic item, coupled like in addition to the 1 air magic item. So we're finding them, just not the one we need. What do you?
I like this bauble.
I mean, Ithilgor likes it, but I don't.
Worthless.
Okay. Carry on. Ooh, ring. Good start. Another. Oh, 2 rings.
Leave it. Leave it.
But neither of them were what we needed. Black potion.
This is useful.
Pure might again would have been nice to keep, but our priority is
I
something
like
else.
this bauble.
All right. Let's keep on. Let's just keep going. Ooh, a ring?
Worthless.
And in that case, Ithilgor was indeed correct. Ring was worthless to us.
Leave it.
Earth magic, that's number 5. Ooh, 2 rings. 3 rings, okay.
I like this bauble. This is useful.
Body magic, that's number 6.
Leave it.
Ooh, oh my god. 2 body magic rings, numbers 6 and 7. I mean, we're getting some
I like
solid
this.
attempts, but not getting the rolls that we need. Alright, let's keep going. Let's try
Leave it.
another spirit magic. It's making me think that maybe spirit magic has a higher chance of showing up, but I'm sure it's just, you know, the small sample size. You know, it can be more volatile if a couple rolls go one way or another, and it can really skew the results. So overall, I'd say more likely that things are actually random, but
Worthless.
I mean, I think this is our 9th one, and I think 5 of them have been spirit magic. So maybe they are weighted to be spirit magic more often. But you know what?
Leave it.
Mind, I think that's our 10th. Black potion. Not even gonna bother looking at it because nothing popped up that we needed.
Worthless.
Speed, nope.
Leave it. This is useful.
Another earth ring, okay. So far we haven't found anything light or dark magic. I will feel... So if I found something that boosted dark magic,
Leave it.
it would give me a sense of relief. Just because part of me is worried
This is useful.
that maybe a ring of dark magic is something that can't spawn. That, you know, there are certain
Worthless.
enemies that can drop elemental magic boosting rings, or, you know, mind, body, spirit boosting, but like maybe light and dark are in a
This is useful.
different category. But like we already found a dark magic item. I can't remember whether we found it on the ground, in the dragon caves, or in a chest, or on a corpse. It could be that this is just a fool's errand, and
Leave it.
that light magic simply cannot spawn. Let me just check something. Take a bit of a break. See. Oh no, hang on. Like, what am I talking about? What am I talking? Like, these dragons are capable of dropping artifacts and relics. Why would they not be capable of dropping a regular enchantment? What was I?
Leave it.
And see, and we just proved it. I said I'd feel a lot more relieved if we found something dark magic, even though that's not what we need, because it proves that they are capable of dropping light magic as well. Now, I've lost track of how many we found,
Leave it.
but it's more than 9 at this point.
Leave it.
And like how many magic boosting ones we've found.
This is useful.
Let's just keep going. What? Oh. Come on. All right. It is a bit demoralizing when you go a long while without finding a single ring or amulet. Without finding a single instance of the item type that you're looking for.
Leave it.
Come on. Come on. Long dagger. Ring?
Worthless.
Air magic again. I've lost track. But
I like this
Earth,
bubble. This is useful.
I've lost track, but I do know that we are well past 9. I counted up to 9 and maybe even 10, and then I stopped. Ooh, amulet?
I like this.
Nope. Come on.
Worthless.
Ooh, okay, come on, come on. Ooh, amulet?
I like this bubble.
Nope. Occasionally we will multi-loot, but that's irrelevant. Because it's not like we're saving one dragon corpse to find all this stuff. We've got lots of them, and we can even loot some of the other dragons, but I think this is the most efficient way to go about it. Oh, a ring? And oh, and an amulet. And gauntlets.
I like this. Worthless. I like this bubble.
Gauntlets of the Gods were interesting, but again, we're looking for one
I like
specific thing. Ring? Ring? Banana phone?
this is useful. I
No.
like this. Leave
No
it.
banana phone for us.
Worthless.
Come on. Okay. Okay. Like we're getting many instances of the type of enchantment that we're looking for, just not the specific one. Let's focus on the bright side as much as we can. Oh, amulet. Oh, amulet.
I like this bubble. I like this.
Oh, that arms master plate mail would have been nice. Ring?
I like this bubble.
We're gonna have to. Alright. We shouldn't even. Like, I'm not even gonna identify the items that aren't rings or amulets because.
Leave it. Worthless.
Because some of them might end up being really good items, and then I'll just make myself feel sad because I have to leave them.
Worthless.
And I'd rather not be sad, you know?
This is useful. Leave it.
Okay. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. 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 You see, I'm not gonna identify that black potion. I'm just gonna assume that it's something, you know, like a stone to flesh or something that I didn't need.
Leave it.
Ring? 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 Oh.
This is useful.
Oh my god. Water magic. No.
I like this bubble.
Okay, well, I mean, 3 rings. That's a first. And you know, I already made the banana phone joke when I found 2 rings. I should have saved it for the for a 3 ring situation. It would have been better then. But I wasn't sure if it was gonna happen. I'm like, what are the chances that we find 3 rings? But it did. It happened, and I'd already wasted my opportunity. Anyway. Okay. Okay. Oh, one ring?
I like
Not what I need.
worthless.
Yep, that was worthless. Come on. Ring? Got no. Nope.
I like this bubble.
No.
This is useful.
What? Maybe rings can't be light or dark. Maybe it's only amulets. I mean, the moment we find a ring which boosts light or dark, we will be able to falsify that hypothesis. But so far, we've only found dark magic on 2 items, and both of them were amulets. We haven't found
Leave it.
any light magic or well, we haven't found light magic on anything, but we haven't found those enchantments on rings. So maybe I should
Worthless.
be more excited when amulets pop up as opposed to rings.
I like this bubble.
I do think that they can be rings as well. Do think that's the case. Chainmail, nope. Not boots either, come on.
Worthless.
We just gotta keep doing this.
Leave it.
Okay, come on. Come on. Okay. Yep. Oh, 2 rings.
I like this bubble.
Really wish I could keep that.
Leave it.
Oh my god! And it's not a ring that we imagine if this had been a light magic ring, then we could have kept this ring of the gods.
Worthless.
Oh, a 3rd dark magic.
I like this bubble.
Or I think a 2nd dark magic in this session. 3rd dark magic amulet overall. A very near miss. So maybe it's only amulets. But I'm not ready to give up on rings
This is
yet. In case I'm wrong. Because if rings... Ooh, 3 rings.
This is useful. Leave it.
Yet another banana phone situation. Although it was interrupted by the long dagger. Like, we multi-looted, so technically it wasn't truly ring, ring, ring. It was ring, ring, long dagger, ring. Which maybe, I guess,
Leave it.
like a really avant-garde remix of Banana Phone, you know? But yeah, let's get back into it. Let's try and pick up the pace. And not that you can even go that much faster, because what are you doing? You're just walking in a line and clicking. Maybe I can summon up some of my old speedrun reflexes to help me out with my, like, saving a bit of time with my button presses.
Leave it.
Another earth magic. We have yet to find a ring that is light or dark.
Leave it.
So far that pattern holds. Reagent, reagent, reagent. worst payout ever. Ring, belt, hammer.
This is
What,
useful.
what was that? Water magic, okay. Ring. Amulet. Black potion. Please.
Leave it.
Oh.
Leave it.
And we're giving up a pure accuracy because we're not keeping that. I know I said I wouldn't identify stuff if we know we're not keeping the ring or amulet, but I guess I just wanted to make myself suffer a little bit.
I like this.
Oh, this is really important. So this ring has dark magic on it. This means rings should also be able to give us light magic. That said,
This
if I'm being honest with you, I am a little bit salty that we found 3 dark magic items and nothing for light magic.
This is useful.
Body magic, okay. 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 I do feel a little bit better because for a while I wasn't sure if we were wasting our attempts where we
Leave it.
kept the rings to look at. I was like, am I just hampering my own designs? Am I just prolonging it
useful.
by looking at useless rings? But no, if rings can give us that enchantment,
Leave it.
then not only has our previous time spent looking at them not been wasted, other than the fact that, you know, none of them turned out to be the ones we were looking for, but they could have been. So not only was that time not wasted, but oh, did I find an amulet in that last batch? I think maybe there was an amulet in that batch,
I like it. Worthless.
which I loaded my game without looking at it. I got a bit too
Worthless.
magic. I got a bit too caught up in what I was trying to say about, you know, like going forward, rings are going to be like we know now that rings are a useful thing to check. Oh, ring.
Leave it. Worthless.
But neither of those rings. Okay. I just know, like it's obvious, right? That one amulet that I left behind, that was the
Leave it.
that's the light magic amulet, isn't it? Like there's literally no way to know, but despite there being no way to know, I just know
Leave
that's
it.
the light magic
I
amulet.
like this mob.
Oh my god, are you
I like
actually
this mob.
serious right now? I actually feel insulted by the RNG in this game.
This is useful.
Like, does light magic not exist as an enchantment? That surely can't be true. Surely it can't be correct.
Leave it.
If we get one more dark magic enchantment without seeing any light magic, I will actually go to a walkthrough and I'll look up, list of Might and Magic 8 enchantments. Just to see, like, is there some bizarre, like, did they just forget to code in, like, light magic rings? 'Cause that would be a bit of an oversight. I mean, that doesn't
Leave it.
seem very likely, but you know, the thing about grinding
This is useful.
for low probability things is that after a certain point you do start losing your mind a little bit.
Worthless.
2 rings.
This is useful. Worthless.
Neither of them were interesting to us. Okay. Okay, let's just... 2 rings? 3 rings, okay.
I like this bauble. I like this bauble.
But not what we needed. Okay. Another ring.
Worthless.
Another piece of garbage. And
Worthless.
we multi-looted that guy a bunch of times. And that ring did turn out to be a magic boosting ring, but not the one we needed. I think that might have been the first fire magic one we've seen.
Worthless.
Amulet. 2 amulets.
Worthless.
Oh my god.
Worthless.
Okay, I am actually going to look up Might and Magic 8 items. Might and Magic 8 affixes. Yeah, list of Might and Magic 8 items. No, not a list of items. I need a list of possible enchantments. Artifacts, relics, and special items? Is that maybe... Is that maybe, you know what, let me try a different thing. Let me go to, one of the really good walkthroughs that I've been consulting, which has been pretty thorough. Do they have a list of affixes somewhere? So if we go to the item index, miscellaneous items, no, it just shows the item types, but not spells and abilities. No. Alchemy? Surely not, no. Tips, trade. You know what? Let's just carry on, because I'm sure that it's just the way the dice have rolled for us so far. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start keeping count. If we find 5 more dark magic boosts
I like this. This is useful.
without a
Worthless.
single light magic, without a single one that does light magic, at that point I will end the episode, and then in between episodes I will do some more extensive research
Leave it.
and deliver a more definitive answer. Oh, 2 rings? Oh, another
This is
ring, ring,
useful.
ring.
I like worthless.
But none of them were anything. Okay. Let's just keep... Amulet could be good.
Worthless. I like this bauble.
Mace, trident. Garbage. Ring? Leather armor.
Worthless.
Okay. Amulet? And a ring. Okay.
I like this bauble. Leave it.
Yeah, we found many magic boosting rings, but nothing for light magic. The question we'll have to ask ourselves
Leave it.
as this drags on is, have we just gotten unlucky, or is there something structural that is preventing this thing from happening for us? And I do not have an answer to that yet. I didn't even think
This is useful.
that I would have to look that up, because it's such a weird question to ask. Like, can light magic spawn as an enchantment? Of course it should. Like dark magic, we have an item of dark magic in our inventory. We've seen multiple dark magic rings and amulets spawn. So obviously light magic is an equivalent enchantment, right? I mean, right? Like surely
I like
there's no other rational, reasonable way to look at it. And the only thing then could be is there some glitch, some bug, some coding oversight that means light magic isn't in the pool of
leave
enchantments. I don't know if that's true either, because fire magic is another one that we
it.
haven't seen that often, but we have seen it spawn. So I do think it's just we've gotten really bad luck. I won't know for sure though until
This is
it actually happens. Until we finally right click on a ring and it says Ring of Light Magic or Amulet of Light Magic. One of the two has to happen. I really wish there was an artifact or a relic that did this, because then we'd be guaranteed to find it, but we're having to do it this way.
I like this.
All right, come on. Reagents are just utter garbage. Leather armor. I mean, anything other than rings or amulets, I shouldn't even be acknowledging its presence.
Leave it.
And that one amulet that I loaded the game without checking the amulet, it's gonna haunt me. That was probably it. That was probably the amulet of light magic. Come on. Ring?
Leave it.
We're finding decent things. Occasionally multi-looting.
Leave it. I like this bauble.
Just not what we're looking for. Alright, let's just keep going. Ring? Ring? Cutlass.
This is useful. I like this. I like this bauble.
Earth magic? Interesting, but no. Ring?
I like.
Nope. Amulet?
I like.
Nope.
This is useful.
Nope. Okay, come on. Amulet and a ring.
Worthless.
Water magic.
This is useful.
And garbage. Okay. Ring.
Leave it.
Nope.
I like.
Nope. Oh. Going through another
Leave it.
quiet-ish phase with my commentary. Just because, I mean, I think at this point we kind of... yeah, there's nothing left to say. Is this an awkward silence? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how you feel. Maybe you do feel awkward that I'm just sitting here and not saying anything. But you know what? Sometimes in life, there's just nothing to say. There are moments when
Leave it.
you have nothing to say. And then what do? Do you just fill the air with the sound of your own voice, despite the fact that you're not saying anything of substance? Or
This is useful.
do you just sit in silence for a few minutes? I mean, I guess it varies from person to person, but I myself, if I don't have anything to say, I just don't say anything. That's just how I do it. Like, we found like 3 or 4, or maybe even 5 dark magic items. That's the thing that really either is
Leave it.
frustrating if light magic is possible, or if light magic isn't possible, would have been one of the red flags that maybe this entire thing is a
Leave it.
futile project.
This is useful.
Oh, ring? Ring?
Worthless. This is useful.
Nope. Ring?
Leave it.
Nope. Okay. Amulet?
Leave it.
I think that's what I'll do. When a relevant item pops up, I'll call it out.
I like this.
Like this ring. And so, if you have this video on in the background, and you're doing other things,
Leave it.
you'll still be able to know anytime one of the item types that we're looking for pops up. Like I won't even speak in full sentences. Like, we found a ring, I'm just gonna say ring.
Worthless.
And then eventually either we'll find what we want or we'll give up. A ring and an amulet.
This is useful.
Body
This is useful.
and garbage. Okay. So I gave myself until 5:30 p.m. because I wanted to do something else. Right now it is 4:52 p.m. I mean, it would be...
Leave it.
I don't enjoy the thought that maybe 38 minutes are gonna go by and I'll still be here doing this, but I am prepared to do it, is all I'm gonna say. I hope it doesn't, and I can improve my chances, assuming that
This is useful.
another ring that turned out to be not the thing. I can assume my improve my chances, assuming that it is indeed possible by just going really quickly. So we found ring amulet.
I like this is worthless.
Oh! Oh. Alright, I wanted to apologize for anybody who had their speakers up. I promise you, I didn't plan on doing that. To be honest, I didn't even know that any sound would come out of me. It was just an entirely involuntary thing. I saw this and I just don't know what came over me, but we finally did it after who even knows how many attempts. We found like 5 dark magic items. And we finally have our gosh darn Locust Amulet of Light Magic.
No room in the pack.
Go ahead and equip this bad boy. What else did we get? We got garbage. Okay. So... we have an intellect. This is a better intellect than that.
Worthless.
And we found this piece of garbage. So this is stuff for Sorry to sell. And we don't need this, so you can sell that as well. We'll hold on to that. Air magic. I guess we're holding on to that for someone else. Alright, now what we're gonna do is... no more saves coming, but before we end off, we're going to loot everything else. I swear to God, if...
I like this ball.
I was gonna say, I swear to God, if this is another light magic ring, I will set something on fire. But... the game isn't that much of a troll, and we found...
This is useful.
okay. Leather, but our only leather user already has something more interesting. Okay, so you can just sell that,
Worthless.
and you can sell this. And we're holding on to speed boost potions, alright. And finally, Yardrake. Where the hell is he? Where the hell am I? Okay, he's over there. And should we loot him? Should we leave him? Let's loot him, because eventually this place will reset anyway. So why not?
Worthless.
We get a piece of garbage. Okay, now we are in Shadowspire right now. It is 1 p.m. Let's go to Ravenshore and sell our stuff. And then we'll end off the episode. Our successful episode, we did what I said I was gonna do and didn't even use up all the time that I had planned. That I had set aside. Alright. Noble Bone Bow. Cannot... we don't want to sell that, although, hang on, I have a feeling that the Noble Bone Bow
Our axes are the
can't be sold. Yes, okay. The game treats it as like a quest item, so you can't accidentally sell it, which is good. Because she is our party member who's going to be selling our things, and I don't want to have something just lying loose in her inventory that could get lost, because when you sell something, it's not like other games where you can buy it back. In this case, if you sell it to a shopkeeper, the item is just deleted from the game, essentially. And before we get rid of these, make sure there's nothing that we're... okay. Yeah, nothing,
Selection of heirloom artifacts.
just take a look at what you have. Might? I mean, it's a ring, but I think we're done with might.
Come back soon.
And,
Rarities from
let's see what you have. Just a regular color. Okay. And sell the rest of the stuff
business was a pleasure.
to you. Okay, now it's finally done. And to show you why I went to all this trouble, we have a light magic master rank of 25, a bonus of plus 12. That means so each skill level of light magic means another 4 stat points to all of your spells. So, and eventually when we're Grandmaster it'll be 5. But for now it's 4. So let's cast this again and see where that puts us. And see, look at the huge difference it makes. The massive, massive difference. Ithilgor, who has no ability to wear like helmets or boots or gloves, all he has is rings and amulets, and other like potions and wells and things. Like, it's gonna be so much easier now for Ithilgor to hit those challenges where you need 200 of a stat. So that's the main reason I did this. The other less important, but also I guess, I mean, like a welcome side effect to all of this is that when we cast Hour of Power, it's gonna be much stronger. Like if we look at our melee damage especially, because that's where heroism gets applied, you can see that it's gotten a little bit ridiculous. But the main reason I did that was for the stat boosts. And of course, I mean, Hour of Power as well. Sorry, no, Day of Protection as well. Those boosts are substantially stronger. So, okay, with all of that done, with all of that said, it's time to bring this episode to a close. I just wanted to say thank you for watching. And as I mentioned earlier, don't I wouldn't be offended at all if this kind of episode is not your cup of tea, but nonetheless, if you do enjoy this kind of thing, if you did watch it and if you did like it, then do consider leaving a like. And if you're enjoying the series, do consider subscribing. I wanted to apologize once again in case anybody's eardrums were damaged by that very strange squeal that came out of my mouth when we found the light magic amulet. I didn't even know I was capable of producing such a sound, if I'm being honest. So yes, sorry if that startled anybody. But you know what? Sometimes you just gotta let loose. But anyway, that is gonna be all for this episode. I do hope you'll join me for the next episodes, which are going to be a lot less grindy, a lot more fun, and it's going to be a good time. So, until then, take care.